All right, let's talk about one of the biggest headaches for pretty much anyone doing creative work, finding that perfect color palette. Today, we're going to dive deep into a tool called the iColor Palette Generator. And get this, it's completely free, and it might just be the thing that completely changes your workflow, whether you're a designer, a developer, or anyone in between. You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You're staring at that dreaded blank canvas, and you're just trying to pull the perfect color scheme out of thin air. It can be a real creativity killer, sometimes stopping you right in your tracks before you've even started. Well, what if you could just skip that whole struggle? That's the big promise here. Beautiful, harmonious, totally usable color palettes, generated with just one single click. It's about replacing all that guesswork with instant inspiration right when you need it. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. How do you get that initial spark? You know, that first idea that gets the whole project rolling? This is exactly where the generator's instant creation modes come into play. So you've got 4 different ways to kick things off. Feeling a bit adventurous? Just hit random and see what happens. It's perfect when you have no idea where to start. Or maybe you want a specific mood. You can generate light tones for something airy and soft, or go for dark tones to get something a little more dramatic. And here's the real game changer. If you already have one color you have to use, like a brand color, you can build an entire palette around it with the by color feature. Super useful. But listen, generating a palette is really just step 1. The real magic, the fun part, is when you start tweaking it, refining it, and really making it your own. And this tool gives you an amazing amount of control to do just that. And this is where you can get really precise. The level of control here is seriously impressive. So, say you find a color you absolutely love. Just lock it in place, and you can regenerate all the other colors around it. Want to just tweak one single shade? Easy. Need to see how the colors look in a different order? Just literally drag and drop them. So yeah, this isn't just some simple generator, it's more like a full-on editing studio for color. The tool really lets you work in 2 different ways. On one hand, you can be a surgeon, making these tiny, precise adjustments to get one single color perfect. But on the other hand, you can be the conductor of the whole orchestra, applying big global changes to the entire palette at once, making everything a bit lighter or darker or maybe more saturated, all while keeping that original harmony intact. We have all been there. The color is almost perfect, but you just wish it was a little bit lighter or maybe a tiny bit darker. Well, the Tints and Shades panel completely solves this. For any color in your palette, it gives you a whole spectrum of variations, so you're not just guessing. You can see them all laid out right in front of you and just pick the one that hits the spot. Okay, now this feature right here is a total lifesaver, especially for power users. Ever make a change and then immediately regret it? No problem. There's a full undo and redo history. That means you can experiment, you can get weird with it, you can push the boundaries, and never have to worry about messing things up permanently. Go nuts, you can always hit undo. Okay, so you did it, you've crafted the perfect palette. Now what? Well, the most important part is actually getting it out of the tool and into your project. And honestly, this is where this generator really truly shines. And I mean, look at these export options. It's not just about downloading a simple image. If you're a designer, you can export directly to an Adobe Swatch file, and boom, it's ready to go in Photoshop or Illustrator. If you're a developer, you get code-ready formats for CSS, SCSS, even Tailwind CSS. Building a mobile app? There are snippets for Swift and Android XML. This thing was clearly built to plug right into a real professional workflow. A really great color palette is a creative asset, right? It's something you might want to use again. So let's take a look at how you can build up and manage your own personal library of color schemes for all your future projects. And you get 2 really flexible ways to save your work. For just quick, no-fuss access, you can save your palettes right to your browser, locally. No account needed, works offline, super simple. Or you can create a free account and save to the cloud. That way all your palettes are synced up and you can get to them from any device, anywhere you are. It's all about fitting into how you like to work. And this is way more than just a simple save button. It's a whole management system. You can browse your entire collection, you can rename your palettes to keep things organized, and you can even load any of them back into the editor to make more tweaks. You can even export your entire library as a backup. It's definitely built for people who take their creative assets seriously. All right, finally, let's talk about speed. Let's talk about efficiency. Once you've got the basics down, there are a few pro-level features that will help you totally master this tool and make it feel like a seamless extension of your brain.
This is how you go from just using the tool to absolutely flying with it. I'm telling you, just hitting the spacebar to generate new palettes is incredibly fast and honestly a little bit addictive. Tapping C to copy a hex code or L to lock a color without ever reaching for your mouse, it just keeps you in the zone. These shortcuts are all designed to keep you in that state of creative flow.
Oh, and it's really important to mention that all this power isn't just changed to your desk. The whole thing is fully responsive and optimized for touch, so you can be finding inspiration and building amazing palettes on your phone or your tablet just as easily as you can on your big desktop monitor.
So let's just wrap it all up. What we have here is a completely free tool that gives you instant inspiration, total control over your colors, a ton of professional export formats that plug right into your workflow, and the ability to save and sync your work wherever you go. From that first spark of an idea to the final export, it's just a remarkably complete package.
The tool gives you literally everything you need to find, refine, and then actually use the perfect colors for whatever you're working on. So the only question left is, what are you going to create with it?